What's up, everyone, on both channels? Today, I'm going to be reviewing Genius Aretha Franklin. So, if you don't know what Genius is a National Geographic series where they take life stories of people that were geniuses in their field, right? And today we're going to be covering season 3 that focuses on the legendary, iconic, one of the greatest vocalists and producers of all time, Aretha Franklin. And in this series, Miss Aretha Franklin is played by my one of my favorite actresses, one of my favorite entertainers, one of my favorite singers of all time, Cynthia Erivo. And this is a 8-episode series that documents a lot of Miss Aretha Franklin's life. Now, so one of what so and the whole cast does a great job. Ti Tip Harris. If you guys don't know who Ti is a rapper, but he's also an actor. He is in this series as well. And what so it start like the series starts off with Aretha Franklin before she became the Queen of Soul. So it starts off like telling you, like, for me, I'm not a vocal expert, I'm not a music expert, I'm just a guy that loves music and is trying to become a better singer. And obviously with me trying to become a better singer, I've obviously studied Miss Aretha Franklin, because Miss Aretha Franklin is one of the greatest singers to ever grace this earth. Right. Rest in peace to Aretha Franklin. But yeah, this so it starts off with like her recording and stuff like that. Before she became the Queen of Soul. And one thing that one of the many things that I like about this series is that it shows you that our Miss Aretha Franklin was an everything singer, right? And what do I mean by an everything singer? So if you guys have been watching both of my channels for a long time, you guys know I'm into all different types of music. I love to sing all different types of music. One day I could be singing musical theater. One day I could be singing R&B soul. One day I could be singing pop. Miss Aretha Franklin did gospel records. She did a bit of acting. She did a protest record. She did R&B soul records. She did pop records. She did disco records. She sang with George Michael. The whole series documents all the stuff that she did. It also shows like if you're into music at all, you should watch this show, because she covers so many different genres of music. Now, the reason why I'm covering it on the country channel as well is because Aretha Franklin inspired so many different singers, not just R&B singers, but so many different singers. Like, they called her the Queen of Soul. They didn't call her the Queen of R&B Soul. They called her the Queen of Soul. The reason is whenever Miss Aretha sang, and whenever I'll say it, whenever Cynthia Erivo sings, right, you hear the soul in their voice, right? No matter what genre they're singing, you hear the soul in their voice. And Cynthia Erivo does Aretha Franklin justice in this show, both in the acting department, because she's one of the greatest actors on this planet, and in the and in the singing department, because she's also one of the greatest singers on this planet of all time, just like Aretha Franklin is, right? And her performance is stellar, dude. Cynthia's performance is stellar. For those of y'all that don't know, last year I got really, really, really into acting again, and I really got into musical theater, thanks to Wicked, and those two Wicked movies, and I'm so grateful that that happened, and stuff like that. I recaught the acting bug, and I got really into musical theater. So, and Cynthia Erivo comes from that. Like, one of her first, like, big parts was playing Celie on the Broadway version, on the Broadway West End version of Color Purple. And, and she's one of the greatest singers you will ever hear in your life, dude. Now, I haven't seen her live, but I've heard her albums. I'm trying to see any of her performances, and she's one of the greatest actors you will ever see. And the reason I say that is because when I look for an acting performance, my favorite performances are when the actor disappears and all you see is the character. Cynthia does that. T.I. does that. The whole cast in this show does that. It also shows you, like, Aretha Franklin had a very hard life, but she knew what her gift was, and she used it to bring people joy, to advocate for what she was passionate about, to stand up for people that needed standing up for, that need standing up for. She used her voice to empower people. She used her voice to make people dance, make people feel something, right? And the whole cast in this show is incredible. Even like, so there's Cynthia Erivo plays, like, adult Aretha Franklin, right? The kid, I don't know the kid's name, but the kid they get to play young Aretha Franklin is an incredible actress and an incredible singer. In fact, all of the singers that they get to play the certain singers that appear in this show, like you have Diana Washington appears in this show. For those of y'all that don't know, Aretha Franklin's father was a reverend preacher, and so the actor who plays C.L. Franklin has to sing too. And even like, I obviously I've studied Aretha Franklin because I'm trying to be a better singer, right? And I just love music, period. But I didn't know that her sisters sang background and had their own solo careers, bro. So, like, her sisters sing, or like the people they got to play the characters that sing, they can all really sing. But also, like, the music is one thing. Like, you gotta be able to sing the songs, like, and stuff like that. But also the acting performances, like, this dives into, like, this is like, not her whole life, but, like, it goes through a lot of her life in this series. This is gonna be a long video, guys. It goes through a lot of her life in this series, and the acting performance from Cynthia here is stellar, bro. Like, it's like, she is one of my favorite entertainers of all time. Like, and but like, take that away, it's still one of the greatest performances I've ever seen, because all the emotions that she has to show in these 8 episodes as Aretha Franklin is, like, she'll go from being really happy to really sad, to having to stick up for herself, to having to deal with her family drama, to dealing with um, to being an advocate for her people to and it also shows you like how great of a communicator and how great of a producer Miss Aretha Franklin was. And guys, I just gotta point this out. I didn't know this, but Miss Aretha Franklin didn't know how to read music, but she was an incredible producer. Incredible producer. Um, like it shows you this in the series. Like um, she would go like, play this part. I'll play my piano, but play this part, right? Or give me something like a blues shuffle or something like that. And the guys would play it, and they're like, she doesn't even know how to read music, but she's producing our parts like she does. And like that's incredible, dude. Like you guys know, I can't play instruments because of my hand. Um, I've tried Braille before. I respect Braille and I see its uses, but like I'm someone with free disabilities, and I can read Braille a little bit, but my fine motor skills aren't the best. That means like the skills with my left hand isn't the best. So like when you have to read Braille, you have to go like you have to feel for the little the Braille letters, right? So for me personally, someone with free disabilities, Braille doesn't work for me the best. I can read it, but I not very well. So like the gift God gave me was my ears, right? And seeing that Miss Aretha Franklin didn't read music and still produced all of her records really inspires me, right? And stuff like that. So, yeah, like she was one of the first artists to ever get a producing credit on her own album, right? And even the albums that she didn't get producer credits on, she produced them, right? Like her first producer credit was on her gospel album, her live gospel album. But she produced it basically shows you that she produced all of her or she was yeah she produced all of her songs and stuff like that. It also shows you like it also shows, and this is another thing that I respect, right? It also shows that that people aren't perfect. Like the series shows that people aren't perfect. Like and stuff like that. And then like I found out that Aretha Franklin was a jazz singer. Aretha Franklin was a gospel singer, or she sang gospel. She sang jazz. She even sang opera for a bit, right? And Cynthia Erivo has to sing all those genres as well because she's playing Aretha Franklin in this series, right? And to anybody that says Cynthia Erivo is not one of the greatest actors and entertainers of all time, you are dumb. You are dumb because all the things that she has to do as Aretha Franklin, not that many actors can do that, bro. Like there's like I consider acting talent like I consider acting like there's different levels of singers, there's different levels of actors, and Cynthia Erivo is at the top of that list for both singers and actors. Like she can sing anything. This proves it. Wicked proves it. When she played Pinocchio, that proves it. Her Broadway work and West End work proves it. And stuff like that. And also, like, I'm sure it was nerve-wracking because you're embodying an icon, right? And Cynthia does a great job. Also, like, T.I. I knew T.I. acted, but I didn't know he was in this show. And this is by far his best performance, by far. And I like, you guys know I really respect T.I. as a rapper and as a lyricist. I have a whole new respect for him as an actor now, right, because he was in this show, and shared the screen with Cynthia Erivo, and yeah, like, for example, one of the things that I learned, because I learned a lot of things, was Respect was a cover. Miss Aretha Franklin also covered Nina Simone. She covered a lot of different songs and stuff like that, and um so I would strongly recommend y'all all watch this show. This show is really, really, really good. Um, and yeah, like, if you're a fan of music or a fan of acting, watch this show. Like, and study this show if you want to become a great actress as well, or actor or actress, because all the or acting person, right? Study this show because all the cast shines as the characters that they're playing. And yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. And God bless you guys. And I hope you have a great day. And thank you so much for watching. And goodbye. And please subscribe. Thank you so much. And goodbye.